Okay. Yeah, we're on. Okay. Hello, YouTube pipe smokers. It's been a while. I've been very busy working, so haven't had time to make any videos. But it's pretty much all work and no play for me, I'm afraid. And today I wasn't at work, but I was working as usual at my late mother's house, sorting some stuff out because there's a lady that wants to move in there, so I'll be renting the place to her soon. So I needed to get through some boxes, and while I was there, I will be smoking a pipe in a sec, but just before I get onto that, while I was there, I found a box full of all objects wrapped in newspaper, and I was really excited when I opened and found more of my old beer glass collection and some really nice beer goblets, such as this one with these little pink elephants on, from, I think it's a Belgian beer, Delirium. This nice one, which is it's a beer goblet from one of the Hogarden range. I think this one's pretty standard. I pronounce it Chimay, but whatever. Another one, I think, from Belgium as well. And another Hogarden one, Grand Cru, which I might even have a bottle of Grand Cru somewhere, but right at the back of the garage somewhere. But I also found a Marston's Pedigree glass, and as luck would have it, I had a bottle of Marston's Pedigree in the fridge, which has been there for far too long, and it's about time I drunk it. Lovely and chilled. So I'm really keen to get this open and drink it now, because I've been working my row out, as they say. You know what? Must be tired. I was using the wrong bit to open the bottle. Oh God. Still, it's open. So Marston's Pedigree is 4.5% amber ale, and it's one of these. What I really look for in a bottle of beer is that it's bottle conditioned. So they put some of the live yeast in there, and it continues to ferment while it's in the bottle, which means there'll probably be a little bit of sediment in the bottle as well. Oh, that smells malty, fruity. Smell the hops. So that's nearly full, but there's a bit left in the bottom. It's quite clear at the moment, but I'm sure if I add the bit at the bottom, it might be a little bit more cloudy. No, not that much more cloudy. That's a nice amber ale, creamy head. Bitter, but smooth, not too bitter. Very nice. Very nice, and that should go well with the smoke I've got tonight. Now, while I haven't been making videos, been working a lot, but I've been mixing and matching quite a bit with different tobaccos, different pipes. So recently I've been going to work with a bag full of all different jars of tobacco, and although I know I'm not going to try each of them through the day, I've been getting through probably about 3 pipefuls a day, and just looking at the jars and going, okay, which one, pick, you know, as I feel like whatever tobacco, pick one out and smoke it. But one I've been smoking quite a bit is the GQ tobaccos, their own mix it yourself kind of thing, and it's the chocolate and vanilla. And really I should leave this in the jar for a few months, but I can't leave it alone. It's nice. Smoking it in my Peterson, Sherlock Holmes, handsome, HANSOM, handsome, as in the handsome cab. I always thought it was a handsome cab, as in to say the name was that it was a handsome looking cab, but it must be named after somebody, I guess. I'll have to Google it after. Really interesting one, this one. Now, when I first ordered this, what I was looking for was an aromatic chocolate and vanilla. I think because I'd seen that that's what the Peterson Christmas pipe tobacco had been for Christmas 2014. Now, I had this 2014 pipe, Christmas 2014 pipe from Peterson. I have two. I have a little a Zulu shaped version of this, but this one, which is the B62, the B62, I haven't got a particular tobacco that I smoke in this. I did start smoking some cherry aromatics, but I wanted something close to what the actual tobacco had been for that particular Christmas. So I looked for something that was cherry and vanilla. Saw that GQ do some, so I thought, yeah, I'll go for that. However, this tobacco is an unusual cherry and vanilla, chocolate and vanilla, because it's a Latakia aromatic, which I'm sure this one wouldn't have been. I'm sure this one you're talking about, you know, some Virginias and black Cavendishes, etc., with a chocolate and vanilla topping. So I need to keep searching for something that I think would approximate what this tobacco would have been for this pipe. But this one, and I'm not a big fan of Latakia. I'm coming over to it, but I was never really one for Latakias. But I do enjoy this one. I do enjoy the mix of the Latakia with the chocolate and vanilla. There's no way of turning this down, but it does the job. Bet I've got one of those lobotomy scar marks now for wearing my hat indoors. It makes for a very interesting smoke, and it smokes very well in the pipe as well. You know, the old sort of story about how the perfect tobacco will smoke right down to the bottom of the bowl in a fine white, to become a fine white sort of ash. Well, this one isn't bad. Probably helps, perhaps the style of pipe I've got helps that. Perhaps it just suits that tobacco. And I'm sure perhaps the way that I'm packing it probably helps it as well. But either way, whether it does that or whether it doesn't, while it's smoking, it's very nice. If you haven't tried it, I suggest that you try it, because it's not like anything I've had before. Straight away, straight away to the back of my, sort of midway down my tongue and midway to the roof of my palate, I'm hit with a latakia. The chocolate and vanilla is much more subtle. They're more in the background, but I can tell that they're there. And whatever else the blend is, because I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it on any reviews, but whatever else the blend is, the tobaccos all work well together. Lovely on the retro hail. Just do that again. Lovely on the retro hail. All over, this tobacco, I would describe it in one word: pleasant. Which is why I can't leave it alone. As I say, if I had looked more into what was in it, instead of just the name, I might not have bought it. So it's not the normal thing that I sort of reach for, but I'm glad I did. I think I need to slow down with this a little bit. Pushing it a little bit too hard. Possibly could get a little bit of tongue bite if I don't slow down a bit. Goes very well with the Marston pedigree as well. Tastes quite different after this. I should imagine this is probably a good amber beer for accompanying a meal. Perhaps not fish and chips. don't know how true it is, but I was told that years ago, before all the pubs started selling food, when pubs were where you went for something to drink, and if you asked if they did food, they'd probably say, yeah, salt and vinegar crisps or cheese and onion crisps or a bag of scratchings. Now food is the main thing about pubs. They're all having to become eateries rather than places you go to drink, just because the beer industry is being hit in the same way that the tobacco industry is being hit or being targeted. I do believe that we'll see in years to come that in the same way that they make no disguise of the fact that they want to make the world a smoking free zone. They want tobacco smoking to become a thing of the past. I think the next logical step after that is they'll want to make the world an alcohol free zone. All for our own good, of course. It's all for our own good, because we don't know what's best for us, do we? And we're all too simple-minded to make those decisions for ourselves. We need governments to tell us what to do. And health experts. World Health Organisations. So I was saying years ago, somebody told me how if somebody went into a pub which was there primarily for people to get beers and spirits, maybe ciders, depending on which part of the country you're in. If somebody walked in with a bag full of fish and chips, or just chips, French fries, some people might call them, depending on where you are in the world, a bag of chips, people would sort of cover their beer like that and tell you to get out, because they said that the salt and vinegar on the chips made the beer go flat. And people were frightened they'd end up with a flat beer with no head on. But whether that was true or not, that they did that, or whether it was just something people believed, or whether it actually could make the beer go flat, there's no way people can get away from it now. Once the pubs do open, most of them, you'll be drinking your beer sat alongside somebody who's tucking into steak and chips. Unless you go outside for a smoke, in the rain and the snow and the hail. Talking of rain, we had a glorious start to the year. It was so nice at the start of the year. It almost didn't matter that people can't go on holiday, because people were going around with Bermuda tans. But the last week or so, we've had torrential rain, flood out, some of the worst, hardest rain I've seen for a long time. In fact, when I went to my mum's house today, to get to my mum's house I have to cut through a park and then cross a main road and through an alley before I get to my mum's street. And the alley was a place where when I was a kid, me and my friends used to play down there, make dens in the bushes down there. But there was a house right on the corner, and all around the outside it had quite a high wall. Well, high wall. I suppose it seemed high to a sense, be about waist height on me now. And I walked down there today, and the wall has been demolished because it rained so hard it blocked the drains, and the whole of the alley was flooded out, and the force of the water building up actually caused the whole wall to collapse, which obviously has never happened in all the years that wall's been up that I've known it. So that means it's harder rain than we've had in decades. I'm sure the drains probably played a part, you know. It could be that they were in better condition years ago and this year the drains failed, which caused the flood. But I've seen some of the roads look like rivers. We get very sort of obsessed about the weather in Britain, which is strange because compared to some places, we don't get extreme weather. We don't get hurricanes and, well, very rarely get hurricanes, and nothing like they do in parts of America. You know, you see like hundreds of people killed by a vicious hurricane. Or if it was reported by the BBC, it might say hundreds of people killed by a mostly peaceful hurricane or largely peaceful hurricane. That little snide remark might go over your head. I probably hope it does actually. Hundreds of Japanese killed by largely peaceful tsunami. Anyway, wherever you are, I hope you're living a happy, peaceful life, and I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.